Hello everyone, welcome to today's lecture on natural resource exploitation. This topic is crucial for understanding how sustainable practices can shape the future of our environment and socio-economic systems. In today's lecture, we'll explore the ways natural resources have been used, the challenges of their exploitation, and how we can transition to more sustainable practices. Let's begin with an overview of the importance of natural resources. Socioeconomic strength depends on the quality and quantity of these resources and their effective utilization. Technological advancements are beneficial, but they often strain our environment. By 2025, it is expected that two-thirds of the global population will face water scarcity. And this shows the importance of sustainable development strategies. Natural resources are essential for any society. From drinking water to everything else, we depend on natural resources. Yet, their misuse and overexploitation lead to severe consequences, such as land degradation, deforestation, climate change, and biodiversity loss. In this lecture, we will explore how we can responsibly manage these resources. For better understanding, let's move to the next slide, where we'll explore the historical perspective of resource exploitation. On this slide, Historical Perspective and Stages of Development, we'll explore how the resources utilization has changed over time. With time, human interaction with natural resources has changed a lot. Around 8000 BC, people started farming instead of just gathering food, marking a more structured way to use resources. Agriculture helped people to settle down and build civilizations, but it also increased the use of natural resources. As societies developed, they moved beyond farming just to survival, and started trading goods and engaging in business activities, and introduction of tools and techniques like irrigation and crop rotation changed farming significantly. But the growing need for land and water started putting pressure on local ecosystems. Trade brought the exchange of resources between regions. It created economic connections but also highlighted disparities in resource availability. The Industrial Revolution, which began in the 18th century, significantly increased resource exploitation. Mass production techniques increased economic growth, but also caused environmental degradation such as deforestation, air pollution, and water contamination. Factories used a lot of raw materials, and urbanization put more pressure on ecosystems. Since then, large-scale environmental challenges and unsustainable practices have emerged, and this has led to long-term impacts on ecosystems and natural resources. Industrialization brought a big change to economies. It shifted focus from farming to manufacturing and services. This transition brought significant benefits like job creation and technological innovation. But it also caused the depletion of non-renewable resources. And its long-term effects continue to be felt today. These stages of development show why it is important to adopt sustainable practices to address the challenges they introduced. Looking back, we can see how these stages have shaped the challenges we face today. Now, let's move to the next slide and discuss indicators that help us track sustainable development. On this slide, we will discuss indicators of sustainable development and how they help us assess progress towards a balanced and sustainable future. Sustainable development is assessed using environmental, economic, and social indicators. These indicators provide a clear view of how societies balance development, while considering environmental and social need. Environmental indicators, like greenhouse gas emissions, biodiversity loss, and air quality levels, provide status of our natural environment. They show the impact of human activities, such as industrial growth and urban development, on ecosystems. For example, tracking deforestation reveals how urbanization and industrialization affect natural habitats and contribute to environmental challenges. Economic indicators, such as GDP per capita, trade balances, and energy efficiency, assess financial health and its capacity to support sustainable practices. Metrics like per capita energy use and the percentage of renewable energy in total consumption are essential for understanding and promoting economic sustainability. Social indicators measure factors like poverty rates, literacy levels, and access to healthcare. They highlight the need for equity and inclusivity in sustainable development. Providing clean drinking water and proper sanitation has a direct impact on public health and improves the overall quality of life. For example, India's renewable energy programs connect environmental goals with job creation and economic growth. Solar and wind energy projects help reduce reliance on fossil fuels while generating employment opportunities, especially in rural areas. In cities, green infrastructure like rooftop gardens and rainwater harvesting systems is being implemented to reduce environmental damage. These indicators help shape policy decisions and point out areas that need improvement. By monitoring these metrics, governments and organizations can identify gaps and develop targeted interventions. Now, let's move to the next slide and examine sustainability in the agricultural sector. On this slide, sector-wise parameters, agriculture, we will understand how agriculture can adopt sustainable practices. Agriculture has been a critical aspect of human civilization. However, it is also one of the most resource-intensive sectors. A resource-intensive sector requires a lot of land, water, and energy to operate. The Green Revolution in the mid-20th century boosted crop production but also caused issues like soil degradation, water pollution, and overuse of chemical fertilizer and pesticide. This highlights the need for sustainable agriculture that balance productivity with environmental conservation. Sustainable agriculture includes practices like crop rotation. Crop rotation helps in maintaining soil nutrients and naturally controls pests and weeds. And organic farming. By avoiding the use of chemicals, organic farming improves soil fertility and supports biodiversity. And agroforestry. Agroforestry means adding trees and shrubs to farms provides shade, prevents soil erosion, and also boosts soil quality. Rainwater harvesting helps save water and ensures its availability during dry periods. Agroforestry combines traditional knowledge with modern methods, improving productivity and maintaining ecological balance. These practices show how traditional knowledge and modern science can work together for sustainable outcomes. Technology like precision farming uses data analytics to improve resource efficiency and enable smarter agricultural practices. By using sensors and IoT devices, farmers can monitor soil health, water levels, and crop growth. This reduces waste and increases agricultural productivity. For example, automated irrigation systems conserve water, especially in arid regions. Agriculture also plays an important role in mitigating climate change. Practices like conservation tillage and cover cropping help reduce greenhouse gas emissions and enhance carbon sequestration. These methods not only benefit the environment but also improve soil fertility, ensuring long-term agricultural productivity. With this understanding of agriculture, let's move on to the next slide to discuss the role of industry in sustainable development. In this slide, we will discuss the industrial sector's transformation and the need for sustainability. The industrial sector has undergone remarkable transformations, from manual labor to highly automated and digitalized processes. While these advancements have boosted economic growth, they have also increased pollution and resource consumption. Industries are significant contributors to carbon emissions and waste generation, which makes it necessary for us to adopt more sustainable practices. Let's explore some sustainable industrial practices. Cleaner production technologies. These involve using energy-efficient machines and renewable energy to minimize environmental impact. Circular economy models. These focus on recycling and reusing resources to reduce waste. For example, some electronics companies design products with repairable or upgradable parts to reduce electronic waste. Green technologies. Innovations like carbon capture and sustainable manufacturing help industries reduce their environmental footprint while meeting regulations and staying competitive. In India, initiatives like Make in India and Digital India focus on industrial growth while promoting environmental responsibility. These programs encourage industries to adopt sustainable practices, such as using renewable energy sources and minimizing waste. Additionally, policies like the Extended Producer Responsibility (EPR) framework require manufacturers to manage their products responsibly at the end of their life cycle. Industries also play an important role in community development. Through corporate social responsibility (CSR) activities, businesses can contribute to local education, healthcare, and environmental conservation. These efforts create a positive cycle, benefiting both communities and companies. Next, we'll discuss how individual actions and lifestyle choices contribute to sustainability. Let's move to the next slide. It's about lifestyle and consumerism. Let's see how lifestyle choices can promote sustainability. Consumerism boosts economic growth, but it also puts tremendous pressure on natural resources. To reduce environmental impact and encourage long-term change, we must adopt sustainable lifestyle. Here are a few simple steps. First, eat locally grown food. This reduces the carbon emission from transportation and also supports local farmers. Second, choose eco-labeled products. By opting for ethically produced goods, we can promote sustainable practices in industries. And third, embrace minimalist living. Prioritizing quality over quantity and using reusable items, instead of single-use plastics, helps significantly reduce waste and pollution. Education and awareness campaigns help people to make better choices. For example, promoting energy conservation through using LED lights and energy-efficient appliances not only helps the environment but also saves money. Similarly, workshops on composting and waste segregation encourage better waste management practice. Community-driven efforts are also very important. Urban gardening, carpooling, and local cleanup drives help reduce resource use and build stronger social connections, encouraging shared responsibility for sustainability. Additionally, sustainable tourism, which aims to minimize environmental and cultural impacts, is becoming a popular choice for responsible travel. Let's proceed to the final slide, where we'll summarize the key points of today's lecture. Managing natural resource exploitation requires a thoughtful balance. Here are the key points. First, balancing ecological constraints with economic growth is vital for long-term sustainability. Next, understanding how resource use evolved from agriculture to industrial production helps us grasp its impact over time. Using indicators to measure progress in environmental, economic, and social areas guides our path forward. Promoting sustainability across agriculture, industry, and individual lifestyles is crucial for reducing our environmental footprint. Finally, emphasizing education, technology, and community efforts is essential to drive lasting change. As future leaders, your actions will shape the sustainability of our world. Remember, small steps today can create significant impacts tomorrow. Advocating for green policies, supporting local businesses, and adopting eco-friendly habits are just a few ways you can make a difference. Thank you for your attention. In the next session, we'll explore Unit 6, Patterns of Industrialization.